options.
There's a world traveler mountain bike. The cops are about to cut the chain and take.
Hey, this is Phil. I'm Joey, and we just do this podcast.
Well, we're here recording our podcast, Dispatches from the Underground. We're trying to document what's happening on Occupy Wall Street. We've had this podcast going for...
About almost a year now.
Yeah, about a year.
We don't have a budget or anything
Yeah.
to like get advertising and stuff done, you know, it's like word of mouth.
These things right here is probably as much as we put into promotion. I was one of the 700 arrested on the Brooklyn Bridge. The Friday after, I brought my girlfriend down here and proposed to her in front of everybody, and she said yes. So that's thank you very much. Yeah, with the mic check, about 200-300 people. It's pretty awesome.
That's interesting, you know, I'm not even sure how much we've really thought about it. I mean, we do it a little bit for different reasons, but we're both really dedicated to it. I mean, I think one of the main things we really want to do, I don't know, I'll speak for both of us, but you can correct me.
I'll disagree.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just like promote the fact that there's different ideas out there, that there's not just one mainstream culture that you have to just plug into and then you're part of. I mean, for me, I think it's been really nice to just have people really try to get more critical about what they're here for. Because I think a lot of people come down here for whatever reason, and they don't necessarily know all the reasons they're down here, but when you really get in their face and you're like talking about it, and then you're asking them why you fucking here, and then you dig in deeper about it, they sort of have to rationalize it to themselves and rationalize it to you.
The normal person still relies on the evening news to tell them what's going on, reads it in the newspaper, and it's filtered and chewed up to a point to where it fits whatever view that company wants to put out. I mean, you can read it in the Post. The Post has nothing but articles about how people here steal from each other, how people don't have jobs, don't have aim, they're just here for the free food, it's nothing but homeless people. So, I mean, the mass media still paints these just really ugly pictures with a wide brush. And I think that the documentation that people have here fights that, and that's what people need to access. But they have to get off their ass and do the research. They have to type in a search engine on Twitter, OWS, and hit enter, and then actively read what's coming up. And I think a lot of people still aren't doing that. They're not coming down with their own eyes.
If it were preaching to the choir, and I do preach to the choir a whole lot, that'd be fine, because what the fuck else do you do to a choir but preach at them? I mean, they're supposed to fucking sing. The problem is they're not singing. I think it's interesting that you guys are talking about how this is being, how it's being documented, right? Because this is so different. I mean, even 5 years ago, or even when we had other protests where people slept outside, like Bloombergville and stuff, it was so different. It wasn't YouTube. There wasn't live feeds. What the fuck? Every second here is documented. We have multiple recording devices, with no energy sources, in our fucking laps right now.
Right.
15 years ago, that was crazy. 10 years ago, I couldn't even get you out of jail. I had to go home to get the numbers to call you and listen to my answering machine message and find out what precinct you're in. It took me 12 hours to do that. We're gonna shoot all these podcasts and have all this shit up online in 45 minutes. That's fucking nuts.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's overwhelming and scary a little bit, but it's also fuck yeah, let's get some scary shit done.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what we're here for, man.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing it.
That's right.